Welcome back, everyone. Last week, we explored a 1960 Corvette equipped with a prototype supercharged Rochester fuel injection system designed by General Motors engineer and father of Corvette, Zora Arkus-Duntov. Well, today, we're going to shift gears and go for deep dive and drive with Corvette expert Larry Hofer at his shop in San Diego. We're going to let the GoPro roll and capture the conversations in detail, as well as this performance in action. So buckle up, everyone, as we get ready to experience some early GM supercharged history in the making.
We're back at Larry Hofer's shop here in San Diego. Last week we did a video with Larry and Dave Crane on the really rare supercharged fuel-injected Rochester Corvettes, prototype engines or parts. But people were a little irked that I didn't show enough of the close-ups. So Larry, can you walk us back through, and I'll give them a few
Okay,
deals.
the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to show the original blower sitting over here, because everybody goes, oh, it's not original. Well, the problem with this one is the seals have to be changed and it has to be reflocked inside. Nobody does this anymore. Nobody does anymore. So we took this one out and we used a Quirin, which is exactly the same size, only it has seal bearings and Teflon seals, so it works really good. But this is the original one that everybody's going, it wasn't original.
Okay.
So anyway, there's that.
Okay, got it.
So that part here is this part here. This is the same bolt pattern as a Detroit diesel. John Camden, that's the young guy that worked for Chevrolet, he actually started B&M Superchargers, and in the process of his life, everybody copied his Detroit diesel configuration. So you can take this blower off and put that blower on. But this one came all done. That one we had to build. So we used the Rochester injection parts here. This is all Rochester injection. And this is the air meter that comes on the Rochester injection too. So this vacuum source here goes to the vacuum air flow. This is mass air. This is the one that controls the fuel mixture. Then this guy here, this one comes off the backside of the butterfly and it controls density. So this is the one that knows when you go from vacuum to boost. That guy right there. Okay. This guy knows how much air is coming in here. This guy here controls how much fuel relative to density. The needle and seat that everybody was talking about is inside there.
I'm gonna come around, I wanna see that a little bit closer. The needle and seat, right?
Right. The needle and seat's right inside here. Dave Crane had this cover off of his because he likes to look in there and play with it. Well, in this case, it actually bolts onto the blower and mounts this fuel meter right here.
A big float bowl.
The big float bowl. Well, there's a pump inside it.
Yes,
there's a high pressure pump inside here.
Which I got pictures of that. I can show them.
Right. So this supplies the fuel, fills this bowl up. This high pressure pump runs it through a little regulator inside here that's controlled by these two guys here. It comes out through the bottom down here, goes to this 4 spider, which is really, really, really rare. They only used it probably less than a year, but that's a really hard part to find. And these guys here, they're pretty much all original with different size jetting in it. And it's really a simple setup, but you know, it took a lot to figure it out because everything was different in this.
Sure.
Even though it started life somewhere, we had no idea where life was to start with.
Yeah.
Because there weren't any. Not any anywhere.
And this one's similar to Dave's, like 5 pounds of boost or something like that.
The little tiny blowers, they don't make any boost.
But it's still supercharged. It has a little advantage.
It made more.
Yeah, it made more.
That's what it did. It did, you know, you could probably spin it faster.
Yeah.
You could, but
this is the first ideation of it, right? Yeah. Whatever, it's
this
first
thing,
version.
when we run it at wide open throttle, is really fat. It's like 11 something because we don't care, because we don't want to hurt the motor. And it's only got 20 degrees timing in it, and it can take probably 28, probably not that much, 22, 24. But we're okay with that too, because we're not after horsepower. We just want to be able to turn the key, take this thing to a car show, and have a good time with it.
Sure, yeah.
And that's what it does.
All right.
It's a really wonderful little car. If they could have made this, they would have kicked Ford's ass so bad, it was just awesome. But anyway.
So the next step is everybody wants to see it running and driving.
Okay, so we'll just start it up.
All right.
Now it's been sitting for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks.
All right. Bone cold.
Stone cold.
So you're hitting the accelerator, but it's not priming anything, right? When you hit the accelerator, it doesn't prime anything.
Setting the fast idle cam.
Oh, setting the fast idle cam. Okay.
Fast idle cam right here.
Pretty neat. And that's still like a standard GM electric choke.
Yeah, kind of. They're all, yeah, kind of. Yeah. So it opens a little diaphragm inside here, a little valve.
Yeah.
So we let it sit here and idle for a while, warm up, because it is cold-blooded.
And then we'll go drive it.
I'm sorry?
And then we'll go drive it, right?
Yeah,
all right.
we'll drive it.
The warm-up cycle.
Yeah, it warms up really good. Now this car has got a whole different front suspension in it. It's got rack and pinion steering, and it's got four-wheel brakes, disc brakes.
Disc brakes, okay.
So this car was never made to be.
So this is a retro mod by all means. Yeah.
This is a restaurant mod from 15 years ago. It was never made to be an original. We never really cared that it was original. All we did is built a toy that was cool. And it just turned out that it was really rare. So the 5-speed makes it so you can drive it anywhere. And then it's got a 9-inch rear end in it because this broke the original Corvette rear end. It broke the axles twice.
Wow.
And then it broke all the teeth off the second gear in the Muncie. So we ended up putting the 5-speed in it, and then we broke that. And then we put that Ford makes an XR or XL or something. Nice Corvette.
Woohoo! She moves. You got yourself a nice Sunday cruiser.
Yeah. It turned out really, really good. But there's a huge amount of time in making the fuel injection work.
Yeah.
That was probably the most difficult. Putting the parts together wasn't hard, but trying to make it work was really the difficult part. And that's why we never finished Dave's. He got tired of working on it, and he said, okay, well, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So it sits over at his shop. But this one gets driven quite a bit.
It's got AFR down here too, huh? Look at that. And boost. I didn't see that. A stock one would do that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, Larry, thank you for the ride. That's pretty fun.
It was simply made to be a toy.
It absolutely was. Well, I'll get this up and
Turned out
going.
to be a piece of history, but it's a toy.
I'll get it up online, see what folks say. All right, thank you, sir.
Ask anybody if they want to rebuild this blower.
Oh yeah, anybody have the
See,
resources?
this is what's
doing this?
special about this blower right here. See, it's got the air intake on the side instead of like a 453 has it on top. So when they put carburetors on top, that doesn't work for this fuel injection.
Yeah.
This one does.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
There you have it.
All right, and then maybe someday you can take us out on your little fishing boat over here.
Thanks again, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's segment on Larry Hofer's supercharged fuel-injected Corvette. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're asking if you could subscribe to keep this channel going so we can keep making all these cool videos and getting the information out to the public. So we appreciate it. Thanks again.